All right. So with that, let's talk about like Project Air. So Project Air is a platform that can be used for edge analytics. It allows you to register and interact to your IoT devices, whether they're gateways, edge devices, sensors, cameras, whatever you have in your IoT ecosystem, you can register all those devices and interact with them through Project Air. It also allows you to process IoT data, and that's the aspect that we're going to be focusing on today, the data pipelining, how you can control where the data goes and how it goes. So whether you want to send it to a data repository on-premise, in the cloud, a hybrid scenario, whatever the case it is, you can address it with Project Air. Project Air has an agnostic approach, so you can deploy it in any cloud ecosystem of your preference. So regardless of how your ecosystem looks like, you can incorporate Project Air into it. And it allows you to own the data as you transfer the data to different locations. So you can always analyze, store it as you need. You can use it to build machine learning models, train them over time, deploy those machine learning models to the edge, and leverage the power of ML at the edge as well. It's highly extensible. So today, as we focus on the concept of pipelining, we'll talk about like the extensibility in that layer. But in the next chapters, we'll touch on these aspects as well. And it allows you also to optimize your computer vision strategy. So if you have the need to analyze images at the edge or to analyze video streams and even incorporate the output of the inferencing models at the edge with the input of other IoT sensors, Project Air allows you to do the sensor fusion very effectively. So as you'll start seeing when we talk about some of the capabilities, Project Air can be deployed pretty much for any industry for a wide range of use cases. It's extremely horizontal. So whether you are in manufacturing, healthcare, retail, transportation, logistics, and whether you want to use edge analytics for smart metering or computer vision or telemetry, Project Air can definitely help you. So with that, let's move on to the demo. So then Marcelo can tell us a little bit more how to build the first part of what we're going to be building over the series of 3, which is a data pipeline. So Marcelo, I'll stop sharing so you can take it away.
My name is Marcelo Gallardo, and today we will show an overview of a couple of features of Project Air. We will show how easy it is to manage the device from a single interface. This can be running at the cloud or on-premise. We will also show Project Air digital twin capability for online devices and offline devices. And more importantly, we will demonstrate how to create business logic using the data from the devices. Those flows can be deployed at the edge, close to the devices, or at the cloud, all depending on your business requirement. So let's get started. So the first screen that we see when we log into Project Air is an overview of the different locations, gateways that you have at your devices running. All of these are auto-discovered with an easy interface provided by Project Air. Once that you are here, you can review your different devices, either if they are online or offline. As I mentioned, we provide a digital twin capability where you can review all your devices, even if they are offline. So let's start reviewing this machine that I have here. This is my Mac, and I have some devices here. So I can review, and I can see that I have one device. It's an electric charger, and here you can see all the different sensors that this device provides. We will come back later when we configure a pipeline so that we will see the data that we have captured from this device. Again, you can see that we have different kind of devices. We have here a Raspberry Pi, and here actually we have some devices that are running on an AWS instance. We will review in more detail all of those features, but today we are going to concentrate on building pipelines. So let's go here under the pipeline icon. We can click here, and we are presented with a user interface where the business user can create logic with the data that's coming from the devices. At the bottom, you can see a list of existing pipelines that have been created, and actually one of them has been deployed. So let's review. This is a basic pipeline. And here we can see that we have a data subscriber activity that is subscribing to all the events coming from edge devices at this location. And then the only thing that we want to do in this pipeline is just to publish to the cloud. and we have configured a listener that is actually the Air applications are listening to save the data and be able to display data on this UI. As I mentioned, this pipeline has been deployed already, and I can easily undeploy if I need to make changes or if I need to deploy a new one. So in this case, let's undeploy it. And so the data that is flowing through this pipeline will stop because we are going to undeploy that container that is deployed at the edge. So we will send the command and the container will stop and be removed from that gateway. So let's start. Let's say we want to create a completely new pipeline. So we click on the new pipeline, and here we are presented with an empty canvas where we can start creating and dropping the activities. So the first activity that we usually create is the data subscriber. A data subscriber, we can configure on the right-hand side what protocol we want to use, what protocols are exposed for the devices on this gateway. So in this case, there will be two protocols, but I want to subscribe to the edge and QTT messages that are coming from the devices. A summary of that connection is exposed here, and we are ready to connect to subsequent activities that can do whatever is required with this data coming from the devices. So the next activity, let's say that we want to just filter some of the messages coming from the devices that I am interested only on a specific sensor. So in that case, let's say we create a filter activity. On the filter activity, we can configure the different sensors that we want to filter. So we can see here that we have one device with these 4 different sensors. Let's say I want to filter all the sensors, but the voltage. I want to be able to receive the voltage information. So I configure that, and then I connect the 2 activities. That's all you need to do to filter that. After that, let's say that you want to do some streaming. Let's say that the data from this device is coming too frequently. Let's say it's coming like every second. If I want to like stream the data and just send the average of this for a specific time window, I can connect and configure streaming, select the device. In this case, I have only one device, and I select the instrument. I want to use the voltage, and I will use the average. Again, there's different other functions that you can use. In this case, I would use the average, and I will select a sliding window, and the size is 5. That's it. The next activity, let's say I want to also save this data to a database. So I select a data store activity and connect this. And then here on the data store activity, I can select the different data stores. In my case, I just have one database I have configured. And last but not least, I want to publish these results to the cloud. Sorry, let me connect the activity, and I configure. And I want to send that to my MQTT cloud. Once that is done, you can give it a name. So this will be, I'll give it a demo pipe. And here you can specify where you want to deploy this pipeline. In this case, I want to deploy it to the edge. You can give it a description, and you are done. You can save the pipeline, and now you are ready to deploy the pipeline. Here you can save, so you can go and deploy. Now we create a flow application with this configuration, containerized and deployed to the edge, and is running now close to the devices. That concludes the demonstration. I hope this was useful for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Jesús?
So just as a reminder and invitation, so to get started, you can do so by visiting Project Care's website. So you can go to TIBCO Labs site, as well as our GitHub repository for Project Care, where you can download it and get started, and basically follow along the demos that we're going to be doing during this series. So another friendly reminder, just make sure to sign up for session 2 and session 3 coming up in July and August. And with that, we conclude this session.